Have you ever been in a situation where it looks like nothing good could possibly happen? A woman named Tracy was swimming with her 5-year-old daughter Allison. They have a pool in their backyard. And one day when they were swimming, Tracy was in the deep end when she started having a seizure. Her body was shaking violently, and it basically knocked her out cold as her head was face down in the water. And her only hope for help was her 5-year-old daughter Allison, who couldn't really swim. It's not the kind of situation that fills you with a lot of hope that something good could happen. And that's the kind of situation that the women coming to the tomb of Jesus were in on Easter morning. The Gospel of Luke tells us about that, where it says, "On the first day of the week, very early in the morning, the women took the spices they had prepared and they went to the tomb." You could tell these women had come to the tomb hurting. You could tell that by what they were carrying. They were carrying burial spices, and the only reason somebody would carry burial spices, of course, is if you intend to use them. They came to the tomb expecting that they were not going to find a body that was living, but a body that was dead. They came to the tomb not expecting to see anything good happen. Kind of like when you see a mom suffering a seizure in the deep end of a pool and your only hope for help is your 5-year-old daughter who can barely swim. Well, little Allison decided to jump into the deep end anyway because she saw her mom was hurting. And after many attempts, she was able to finally pull her mom's body into the shallow end and turn her over and lift her head above the water for long enough that she was able to run inside of the house, get a hold of her aunt, who was able to help out, call 911, and get them help. Amazingly, Mom was just fine. She fully recovered. The doctor said it was a miracle. Something you don't expect to see very often, something good that you don't expect to see. It's an illustration of the truth that just because you can't see how something's going to happen doesn't mean that it can't. The truth that just because you can't see a way out of your pain doesn't mean that that way isn't coming. Easter morning, in fact, is God's declaration to you that one day you will see a way out of all of your pain. If Jesus really did beat death, if he really does forgive every sin, if he really did crush the head of Satan, then you have the right to know that one day your eyes will see the glory and perfection of heaven, no matter how impossible that sight ever happens to seem in the moment.